now let me get to another problem. The Golden Knights are having all these line changes. A lot of these guys have played together. Eichel hasn't played with each line enough to be like, I got this. He's being switched up way too much. Way too much. To the point where he's got no chemistry with anybody yet because he's being switched up so often. And not like, oh, he's in the same line every game. No. It's like every 5 minutes of the period, every 2 minutes even, Pete DeBoer, the failure of a coach, switches up the lines like nobody's business and doesn't keep Jack Eichel in a consistent line. This is what the announcers were saying as well, that there's a lack of chemistry between these guys, and it's a part of it is these line changes. They're not consistent. You're moving every guy in every direction. There's no chemistry. That's why they're not as sharp. That's why they don't get to know each other as well. How does one guy play the puck? How does he take it? How does he pass it? Where does he want it? How does he want me to pass it to him? What's the best way to give it to him so he can score? They don't know that about each other. It's just all similarities. And, you know, another big issue I find is this team is not the team it was. This team, you know, has made it to the playoffs 3 out of 4 years. It'll be 5 now, and they're not going to, if they make it to the playoffs, they ain't going to the Cup. I'm telling you, third round is their last round if they get there. I don't think they will, but again, I could be wrong. Things happen. It's been a failure of a team, a failure of a franchise. And don't give me that injuries are an excuse. Oh, well, they're injured. You got Max Pacioretty. That's the one thing. Leonard and Pacioretty, they get injured. They're on the LTIR. Then they come back, and then Leonard goes out on an injury. Then Pacioretty goes out, possibly, more than likely on an injury. Keep your guys out if that's what it's going to take. Because you know what happened in Friday night's game against the Pens? Pacioretty's in the game. The Golden Knights are playing like the Golden Knights should be playing, defensively and offensively. And now, like they're generating chances, and now you pull Pacioretty out, and the energy was sucked out of the room for the Golden Knights. It's like, I don't know what happened, but man, I say this all the time. If none of your guys can play and you can only rely on one guy, then why are you a team? Because the fact that you fell apart and were in shambles and were shredded by the amazing Pittsburgh Penguins who are still shutting it down, well, you got a problem and you got to fix it. You have Nolan Patrick and Brett Howden and Max Pacioretty and Mark Stone and Robin Leonard and Brett Howden and on 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 and on. That's no excuse anymore. It was, but the injuries. You got to make do with what you have. You've got to make do with what you have. In work, if you have 5 coworkers absent for a day, your boss is still going to expect you to do your job to get the damn work done. Because he needs to make money for the company. And that's exactly what the Golden Knights need to think about. That's the mentality they need to take. They need to take some kind of mentality, because if you don't think mine works, theirs ain't working. You can't use their injuries as an excuse. It is sad. It is bad that we're plus 300 man hours of injuries. And yeah, it's bad. It's horrible. No one's saying it's not. But you can't keep using that. If you keep using that, you're making excuses for the team where you shouldn't be. You need to make do with what you have. You need to build around it. They said it tonight. Ryan Wallace, I think, said it. You need to do what you need to do. And because the teams that have been failing are now progressing. They're getting better. They're building up. The teams that have been, doing well, they're falling. And I mean, you see this every year, right? You have a hot team starting great, everything's great. And you have a bad team that's just so flat, and all of a sudden, holy crap, they're up. That might happen with the Golden Knights. Another thing is, a lot of these guys had the same injuries, and there were less guys on the team because they were all injured. And they managed to pull it together. They were really bad. They were like 5-6 or whatever. And then they managed to get their act together and do it great, even without those guys. Where is that mentality now? It's not there. It is sucky. It's crappy. And you bring on Coach Pete DeBoer, a failure of a guy. Kelly McCrimmon and Bill Foley and George McVie, whoever's in the main office, they all need to go. They all need to go. They're computer analysts. They talk about, I want good culture and this and that. Jonathan, it's just really bad. They all need to go. Jonathan Marshall, so Marchie, he's saying, well, we just need to work. We need to skate. We need to defend. Jonathan, you're being outplayed. You need to generate offensively too. You're doing great. You need to tell your teammates that, because you guys are sucking ass really bad. So I thought that was my analysis, and there you go. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Press the post notification bell so you never miss another one of these videos, and I will see you guys next time.